Learned in contract two is how the contract become void and voidable, and what the remedies for the parties when the contract become void and voidable.
What I learned from the contract too is I learned about the 5 element of the free consent, and I learned about how the contract can be discharged by 3 ways.
Alhamdulillah, I have learned a lot of important things regarding contract. At first, I thought contract only involving two parties with mutual understanding, but now I understand it also can involving a lot of parties entering into one contract.
What I've learned in Law of Contract 2, this course provides the students with a basic understanding on the requirements of the formation of a contract, as this course is a continuity in our Law of Contract 1 in our last semester.
What I have learned in Law of Contract 2 is basically our contract law in Malaysia is governed and enforced by the Contract Act 1950. Under Section 38 Clause 1 of the Act provides that the parties to a contract must either perform or offer to perform their respective promises, unless such performance has been dispensed with by any law. In order to form a contract agreement that is enforceable by law, 6 elements must be fulfilled, which is proposal of offer, acceptance, consideration, intention to create legal relations, capacity to contract, and the last one is free consent.
The challenges in learning contract law 2 is to memorize certain keys because of their fact, their principle, and the case names because it's quite confusing.
What are the challenges in learning contract 2? Basically, it's because we have 2 lecturers, so it's quite confusing at first, but Alhamdulillah, I can overcome it.
Frankly speaking, it is quite confusing for me to understand all the topics under contract and also all the acts regarding contract. But I have a lot of good friends who help me to understand it. Alhamdulillah.
As we know, we have 2 lecturers for our contract law 2. Maybe these problems just happen to me, which is when we have 2 different lecturers, it means 2 different methods of teaching. It's kind of take time for me to digest the lectures, but for me, contract law 2 is one of my favorite subjects in law school.
As we all know, we have 2 lecturers, which are Prof. Zuhairah and Sir Fuad, so it might be difficult for us since they have different styles of teaching.
What interesting about contract law 2 is I learned how to read contract act based on the formula given by our Prof. My suggestion is to give a suggestion of interesting case, to memorize the case easily or to understand the case easily.
The most interesting part in the contract 2 is basically I learned how to remember the section using formula that were taught by Prof. Zuhairah. What can we improve in learning contract 2? I think we can improve the style of the lecturer in teaching. Maybe the lecturer can interact more with the student to give them the more understanding.
The best part in studying contract 2, both of our lecturers were very kind, and one of them, Prof. Zuhairah, teach us how to use a formula in answering contract questions. It's the best new thing to learn something new here, and the most interesting topics for me is fraud and illegality.
The best part in contract is during my last semester, I didn't realize that I can make any formula in order to answer my final paper. Thank you Prof. Zuhairah for the tips, and thank you Sir Fuad for lecturing us and giving us with many effective tutorial questions.
So, I suggest to put a sample question and answer for each contract chapter. It can help as guideline during answering problem-solving question.